After Sonny awoke from his nightmare, Zachary took him and told him that the bad guys had been vanquished, his mother would be saved, and she would awaken soon. Sonny focused intently on Uncle Zach's words of consolation as he put his trust in him. Zachary then led Sonny to the restroom where he washed his face and hands to make sure he was clean. After that, the bodyguard delivered some fast food, which Zachary and Sonny discovered when they got there. But Sonny and Serenity had both lost their appetites. Zachary urged them to eat, stressing the need to be strong and assured them that Liberty would be concerned if they were. He persuaded Sonny to eat, and Serenity coerced herself into eating as well. Zachary then made plans for them to travel to the RV so Serenity could assist Sonny with getting dressed and taking a shower. He spoke with Josh in the interim to find out how the investigation was going. Josh told him that Mrs. Newman had been arrested, but that Mr. Newman wasn't there since he had departed for a business trip earlier that day. The remaining criminals were captured, including the man who stabbed Liberty and was being watched by the police. Zachary thanked Josh for his help and promised to keep them informed if anything further was required. Duncan showed up as darkness fell and asked how Liberty was doing. She was still asleep, as indicated by Zachary's sadly shrugged head. The sky was growing darker, mirroring the gloomy atmosphere surrounding Liberty's predicament. Everyone's hearts were heavy with a dread and expectation. They all wanted Liberty to wake up, but they had to wait for her recovery in silence. Zachary comforted Sonny about his mother's safety in this chapter, focusing on the defeat of the villains and Liberty's quick recuperation. Serenity and Sonny were urged to eat despite their lack of appetite, emphasizing the significance of preserving physical strength. Zachary was updated on the investigation status, and it was made known that Mrs. Newman had been detained while Mr. Newman was abroad on a business trip. Duncan also showed up to ask about Liberty's condition, adding to the worry and eagerness around her awakening.